Hello everyone, it is that time of the week again, it is ALR, it is gold, and we are here for the French Grand Prix in Le Castellet, I think it is, in Paul Ricard, well, this track is not usually one of the favourites, is it? But I gotta say, on this game, it's very satisfying to race around here, and it's very satisfying to nail a lap on this one as well, so this one is going to be a cracker lacquer, isn't it? Right, before we go any further, let's just take a look at the circuit details, shall we? It's 15 turns around this, around that Le Castellet, and of course, the all-time lap record is still from season 4, which is set by Alhan, as he only had one season in gold, didn't he? Unfortunately, before he decided to call it a day. But Alhan has got the fastest lap then during the race. Anyway, the all-time lap record, I think, is set by Emerson, which was a 27.259, and which I think was last season's pole position as well, if I'm not very much mistaken. I am very much mistaken. No, I'm not actually. I think I'm right. Let's have a look. Oh, yes, I am right. Because he's only about 300 quicker than of course, Eat the Cookie, who got I think a second podium around here, didn't he? And when he was driving in season 3. But yeah, so the recent last winners around here, German won around here last season. The season before was Emerson. Before that was Eat the Cookie in season 3. Season 2 is Farshot getting his one and only Grand Prix win, and NWBB, who way back in season 1 also got his first ever Grand Prix victory as well. Let's just take a look at the let's just take a look at the constructors and the driver standing, shall we? Because this is how things are lining up. Then it is Emerson who retook the lead. The driver standards. He has got a very slender 9-point lead over German in second row. That's shaping up to be a classic, isn't it? Danger Times moving up 3 positions in third. Up 3 positions now in third. He had a bit of a barren spell, didn't he, after Bahrain? But he's back in the points. Good stuff indeed. Then Tango up 3 positions while in 4th position. This is we're seeing a Tango who's at full strength, which we haven't seen at all in his airline career thus far, with dodgy hard drives and all that kind of stuff. Pease has dropped down 2 positions. He's in 5th position. Murphy and Liam also dropped down 2 positions. Mr. Lee is status quo in 8th position. Neither of his pillars. And 10th position is Cartboy, who's actually moved up the most with 7 position gains on that one. Good stuff indeed. In the relegation zone at the moment, then we have Cowie, William, and Lost Souls, who's got -5 points. And unfortunately, I think he's going to finish his campaign with -5 as well. As we got a bit of transfer news to talk to you about in a second. McLaren are leading the Constructors' Championship, 8 points in front of the Ferrari team in second. Williams and Mercedes are swapped positions, but there's only 2 points separating those two teams at the moment. Very nice indeed. Haas are in 5th position. Alfa Romeo is in 6th. 7th position is the Red Bull team. 2 points away from the Alfa Romeo team. Alpine is a further 5 points back. Aston Martin 9th, and Alpha Tauri are in 10th position then, which is a bit of a shame now for them, isn't it? And you can see it's a beautiful sunshine here in the French Grand Prix as well, as that, which I must say, last week in Canada and earlier on today in the Belgian Grand Prix, or lack of the Belgian Grand Prix, I should say, really, is well, I think we're quite happy to see sunshine, aren't we, really? Which is very unusual to say that in a Formula 1 race, because we all get quite excited when there's a bit of rain fluttering around in Formula 1 paddocks. But unfortunately, we only had 3 racing laps. I think that is the shortest Grand Prix in history. I think the previous shortest was Adelaide, 91 or 90, wasn't it? I think it was 1991 or something like that. No, 1990, wasn't it? Where I think he only did 14 laps, I think, wasn't it? So that's a bit of a shame, really, isn't it? But I gotta say, yeah. Well, I think I'm torn between whether they should have gone or not, because if a major accident happened, then of course. Then of course it would have been a different story, wouldn't it? Right then, let's get with the comments, shall we? Jonathan Cox, evening, Sean. Good evening, Jonathan. Sloth, evening. Hello, Slothman. Sloth is actually going to be the talking point for the next couple of minutes, because Sloth has joined the Alpha Tauri team then for the remainder of the season, and Sloth has had a really good start to the season. He scored twice in his 4 Grand Prix he's participated in. He's participated with 4 teams so far this season, Sloth has, but he's now a full-fledged member of the team for the Alpha Tauri, and now that could hopefully propel the Alpha Tauri up the constructors order as well. We would hope. And here comes you're on aboard Taylor McKenzie, who is in the Alfa Romeo then, as he's coming down the back straight. Of course, unfortunately, no pillars, as I think I spotted that he has actually got an injury, hasn't he? I'm not sure what he's done, but I think he's knackered his foot or something. So that's not good there from Pillars' point of view, is it? So hopefully he gets better soon there. But that's one of the major championship, challengers potentially. May not be able to race if he's injured in his foot, because of course some drivers do use the wheel, and of course that means they use the pedals as well, don't they? I've just smashed my face on the microphone there. Great stuff. Here comes formerly known as Chazza, it's now known as Charlie Scott then, and here comes Scott then. Great Scott indeed then in the Alfa Romeo. I think that his assessment of the season so far, I must say, only 15 points in his account so far. He could have and should have probably scored a lot more than that, Scott should have done, but let's see how he does that, as he is going to be the first driver to open his account then here in the French Grand Prix, as we right over the grid hatch as well to start a lap then. Ayrton said hello, hope you had a great weekend and enjoyed the suspenseful race then. It was very suspenseful, wasn't it? Unfortunately, got yellow flags in that sector 3 then, people would just drop back there to make some room. It was very suspenseful full race, wasn't it? Goodness gracious me. Gotta say, you did have flashes of Canada, didn't we, going on in my head. I must say, of course, that was, I think that race totaled 4 hours and 4 minutes, didn't it? But, gosh, it didn't go on that long today, did it? But, my word then. We've also got Gouda saying evening everyone, good luck at gold as well there from Gouda, as we've got Gamer saying evening, and he has just confirmed it's dry then, so good stuff indeed then. No worry for the time being on the old rain front or weather front then. Ben Gallagher, good evening boys, good evening Ben, I hope you're having a lovely Sunday, as I'm certainly feeling a bit worse for wear at the moment now, as unfortunately my body can't take a bit of the old getting groovy anymore, as I gotta say, I had a little dinner and a dance last night, and I'm really struggling today. Just watching Scott then, who is just coming out of turn at 13, I think it is, now into 14 and 15. It's a very elongated circle, isn't it? It's thin, it's very thin but very wide indeed, isn't it? I think I've just contradicted myself, but I'm going to stick with it then. Out of the final turn then, and here comes Scott going across the line, and he is fast on the 28.004 then to set us on our way then here in this qualifying session then. Of course, the first qualifying session we are aiming to, we have 18 minutes then to lose the 4 slowest drivers. Dynamo Dad just starting his lap, I should say. So yeah, we are aiming to lose the 5 slowest drivers then. Liam Yeh then out of the final turn as well, then coming across the grid hatch as well. Liam Yeh has scored in every single race he's participated in thus far, so a very good start to his campaign for Liam Yeh in the Mercedes. I'm sure he made his debut for the great Haas team here, didn't he? If I'm not very much mistaken, I think I am actually, but I'll leave that to be for now. Immortal is in the Ferrari tonight, unfortunately no Troy, so Immortal, who I think that when he has driven an ALR over the course of his reserve appearances, he's been magnificent, hasn't he? Here comes Tango, as I mentioned in the build-up. He is fantastic as he is in this campaign so far. In car 35 and Tango is a lovely helmet design as well, of course, brilliant stuff. And of course that's the most important thing in my life, is just staring at people's helmets, and I absolutely love it. German now coming across the line to start his lap. Remember, German won this race last season, didn't we mention also in the build up to tonight's Grand Prix then, so we see how he gets on that. So Sloth in his first race then for the AlphaTauri, well, second race for AlphaTauri this season technically, but of course his first race as a full-time Formula 1 ALR driver. Amazing stuff indeed that Dylan said evening, of course. Oh, it's a German spinning around there, so that is knocked, oh dear then, so that lap is going to have to be done and restarted there for German, so that is going to be kicking himself, and yeah, he might be a bit disappointed at that. Just taking a look back on what happened there. Yeah, so I think he was just a bit greedy on the curb, so wasn't he? German was, unfortunately, and that has cost him major as well. Here comes PZ. in the Mercedes head, of course. Pease only had one podium to his name so far this season for Pease, and 31 points to his account as well. He's I'm not sure how he would feel, how he feels about his opening couple of races. I think he'd be disappointed there with the 2 DNFs and 5 races there for Pease. So, but of course, we've got I would say we've got a long way to go. But this is one of the shorter seasons we've had in ALR, isn't it? I think the shortest season we ever had in ALR was 18 races. Liam D said, "Good luck, Gold." Then, as Ben is giving me no sympathy whatsoever as he is laughing at my misfortunes. Like that, as Shorty's hung. I am a little hung. As out of the final turn then, and here comes Total Pease head across the line, and he goes second fastest and half a second away though from Scott, who is the benchmark at the moment for these drivers out there. So good 17 there for Scott. Dynamo Dan is on a lap at the moment. I'm just seeing if there's an AlphaTauri starting his lap as well. I think that Sloth is also starting at 1. And here comes Mackenzie down the back straight. Emerson's invalidated his time, Emerson has, so he's going to have to recharge his batteries and go again. Sloth has gone into third fastest on that second attempt now. Good 17 there for Sloth. Dynamo Dan has just done a 29.4. He is 7th fast at the moment. 2 tenths a second away from Liam, in the Mercedes. The second Mercedes at the moment. Mackenzie then is just coming through the fastest part of the circuit then, and now into this, into the the right-hander, which tightens us on the exit there, and so reloads a full sense of security that turn, doesn't it? Because you feel that you can probably go on the inside. Unfortunately, you might have a mishap or 3. As Sirius Weston said, a good evening and a good luck to all drivers. Well, yellow flags is fluttering all around the place at the moment there. Out of the final turn then for Mackenzie. He comes over the grid hatches as well. Let's see what he can do then. And Mackenzie goes into 9th fast at the moment there. He's done a 30 to put a time on the board then. William invalidated his time as well, as has Jonathan Cox there. We got Cartboy who's just trying to navigate the mobile chicanes here, because there's a bit of traffic building up at the end of the lap there, as they are just trying to wind their cars up there to have a lap there. Out of the final turn then for Cartboy. Then Cartboy, of course, had a cracking result in Canada. His lack of penalties and consistency really paid off for Cartboy, and I think that is going to really elevate him up the season, really elevate him back into where he likes to belong. Remember, Cartboy last season was incredible, wasn't he? And he finished second at the World Championship. He had a lot of podiums as well last season. This season hasn't been fruitful thus far. William there, who's just on a lap at the moment with Jonathan there, who's looks like he's visiting the scenery over there. I just try to get back onto the circuit as well. I'm just having a look. So I'm sure Emerson was on the lap, wasn't he? He was on the lap, but he's back in the pits now. The double world champion William there is well off the circuit there. He hasn't invalidated his time, but oh goodness me, there's a big bump there. There's a lot of circuit configurations around here, isn't there? I heard that it was like over 200 different circuits, wasn't it, or something like that. Oh goodness me, William there just completely skip that chicane down. That is one of the circuit configurations that William has just got across then. He's going to invalidate that time, and Jonathan's also having some issues as well. Dynamo Dan is going for a couple of runs on this lap, run, but it looks like he's done 2-3 time laps now on these soft tyres. Dynamo Dan is just getting his eye in, I think, in the Red Bull. He's at 10th at the moment now. Dynamo Dan is, but he might have to go a bit quicker, because that is, I think that is outside the cut-off point if he wants to get into qualifying too. So Dynamo Dan is going to have to find some pace from somewhere in his arsenal, doesn't he? Into the pits, there comes Jonathan there. That's all good to speak. Getting very close to the rear of the Alfa Romeo there. So Jonathan in the pits there. In the older new pit entry now. Of course, the pit entry used to be just before, on the start-finish straight, but luckily they amended that, didn't they? Which is good stuff. Milan's invalidated something, and that's also Ferrari there, who's gone completely off the circuit there. I gotta say, I think that you have to wear sunglasses, don't you, or something like that around here, because of course you got the blue and red paint then. Of course, the red paint is the highly adhesive, abrasive track surface, isn't it, there, which stops the cars from spinning, and the blue is the lower then, or something like that. Then we got Picasso saying Percy for pole, then of course Percy, who's been very impressive, hasn't he, since he's raced in ALR, and I've got to say he hasn't finished a race just yet, but he has been on pole position last time that, didn't he? Percy is a quick qualifier. Can he get some points on the board for himself and for the Alpine, which he is driving there tonight? Unfortunately, no Mr. Lee here tonight. And remember that Mr. Lee, this is one of my first and one of my first memories, and one of my favourite memories of Mr. Lee around here, because he was absolutely magnificent, wasn't he? There, because he was flying in his I think he was in the Ferrari, wasn't he? Back then, he was flying in the Ferrari absolutely brilliantly, wasn't it? Back in season 1 of France, he was really quick on this circuit that day. I think he finished 5th or 6th in the end. Now he was catching on the very experienced Dan Murphy at the time, so we know how good Murphy is in the wet. Just remember his pole position from the German Grand Prix a couple of seasons ago. Nigel going into 9th fast, and Liam is back out, and the track is starting to get a bit busy now out there. Let's see that what driver said is going to be left without a chair is that when the music stops, there'll be 5 drivers that the drivers need to sit down, and of course if there's no chair like a musical chairs, you are out. Emerson in the Mackenzie's out for session now, so that's not good. Emerson now down the back straight, and Percy, who is just finished the party straight. And by the way, Percy still has my favourite helmet design, a lovely salmon pink helmet there in the Alpine car. A bit of pressure on Percy tonight, and also the other Alpine car, Cowie, because this is their home Grand Prix, isn't it? It's their home Grand Prix, is there, as I think I've just said. Danger Times has gone fast. He is the first driver to break the 28 barrier. He's in the 27.9s now, is the Danger Times. So a great start then great start to Danger Times event here tonight. What about Percy coming across the line? Percy third fast at the moment. He's still in the 28.1s there. I say he's still in the 28.1s there. It's a very impressive time indeed then. Sloth is still on the same tyres, everything, of course. So Sloth is electing to use the same set of soft tyres. And Immortals invalidated his time as well. Nigel is down in 12th position. Now unfortunately, Nigel's sinking, isn't he? Lower and lower in the classification here. On the final turn then for the double world champion of Emerson. He's got a new helmet design tonight then. He has gone 5th faster than that Ferrari. What about Milan then? Milan has the most pole positions this season thus far. Does he? No, he doesn't. No, he don't. I'm speaking absolute horse manure there. But he does have a 27.8, and officially he is now third in the all-time pole sitter list then, with 9 pole positions to his name. And I think he's about 2-3 pole positions now behind Jonathan. Mackenzie's back in the session. Good 17 there. He needs to get a move on though if he wants to. If he wants to get through in the qualifying too, he needs to get back out there, doesn't he? Serious pressure, 200 and not 200 and not one good one there for Serious Pressure in terms of the track configurations there. I don't think Serious Pressure likes this track too much, does he? I quite enjoy driving it, to be fair. I don't like watching it on TV. I think we've had one good French Grand Prix around Paul Ricard anyway, which was actually the season, was it, where Verstappen and Hamilton having a good old duel, weren't they, really, where Red Bull outfoxed the Mercedes team, didn't they? And Verstappen took a Grand Prix win as well. Good stuff. Young Tommy, even on gone Slothy, Seriously, say get in Milan as well. Hashtag Sloth for president there from Dylan as well. Well, the motor Sloth is currently in 8th position there, isn't he, in the Alpha Tari. Remember, he has got a full-time seat tonight, hasn't he, now? From here on in, that's good stuff indeed there for Sloth. And I think that the Alpha Tari be very happy with that, don't they? Unfortunately, we have lost souls there. But of course, the Alpha Tari have got 2 -5 points already in this session. Already this season there, and Danger Times is happy with performance. He's back in the pits then. So really, the Alpha Tari's got 2 -5 points, -10 in total this season. I think that only 2 teams has minus points so far. Remember, you get minus points if you retire in the pit on multiple occasions. Jonathan goes 5th fast, and that's looking very competitive there from Jonathan. William there is running out of time to get his time sorted there. William is very much. Oh goodness me! And Dino Danu's in 17th position there, and I think he's tapped the barrier, and I think that may have damaged the end plate. Yes, it's only a slight touch, isn't it now? But even the slightest of touches there could really cause you some issues, can it? There, so that's unfortunate for Diamond Dunn. I think he potentially might be out of this session. Look at the heat haze coming off the track. It's absolutely scorching out here, isn't it? Here in Paul Ricard. There's a couple of drivers there are feeling happy there near the top of the standings there. Hashtag Sloth the King. And Dylan agrees with that. That's right. Goodness me, we've got a lot of hashtags going on at the moment. I absolutely love it. Keep on coming in, ladies and gents. Then. And William now, who is just coming into the final turn as well. He needs to set a representative time. He's got one more chance now. Otherwise, he's out of qualifying. Liam, is out, is on a lap as well. He's coming to start a lap as well. We've also got Mackenzie, who is out there as well. Dynamo Dan has had a trip, hasn't he? But is he carrying on? I think he is carrying on, Dynamo Dan. It's a good stuff indeed there. Great stuff. That is... oh, goodness me, I've got a lot of Discord notifications coming there. Oh, no, William has it, though. He is out of qualifying there. And yes, William has made a mistake then. And unfortunately, it's a mistake too far. The Williams driver is going to be on the back row of the grid there. What a shame there for William. He is out of qualifying, unfortunately. Well, unless he can get around. But if he uses a different configuration of the track, he might be able to get around to start another lap there. Donovan Darden is on the code onto the back straight as well. Liam, is starting his lap. We're going to stick with... Good stick with Dynamo Dan for the moment. Nigel's also out on the circuit as well. Where is Nigel? Here you are. So there he is. Jonathan's retired from the session. We've also got Cowie and Game Route then. So a lot of drivers are not feeling too confident at the moment, are they? Not feeling too confident with their performance. So that's why they're coming out of the garages now. Nigel are on board. No, Nigel's abandoned his time. He's gone back to the traditional helmet as well. Good stuff indeed there for Nigel. But that's not good stuff because I think that Nigel could be very vulnerable here. Couldn't he? He couldn't. I don't think he was gaining enough time there. I think here comes Dynamo Dan. Then he is on a lap at the moment. Just take a look at the other laps there. Liam, also behind as well. Also got Taylor as well. And I think William has started a lap, hasn't he? No, he hasn't. I think he might run out of time here. And we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on William, but he might run out of time then in the Williams car. Out of the final turn then for Dynamo Dan. Then the checker flag is fluttering if my timing is right, which it probably isn't, to be fair. Out of the final turn then. And Dynamo Dan goes across the line. He is 15th fastest, so Dynamo Dan has knocked Nigel out of qualifying. Liam has just knocked Dynamo Dan out of qualifying. What about Mackenzie? Out of final turn for Mackenzie. Is this an improvement? It is an improvement by 3/10 of a second, but it's not enough. And unfortunately, Taylor's out of qualifying. Nigel down in 17th position there in the McLaren. And Dynamo Dan is also invalidated this lap as well. So Dynamo Dan is unfortunately out of qualifying, along with Taylor, Mackenzie, and William there. So William over kicking himself because he didn't get a time in at all. That's well outside the 107% rule. Luckily, the 107% rule doesn't apply in ALR, does it? But goodness me, otherwise he'll have to appeal to get into the race, then, wouldn't he? But luckily we don't have a 100% rule in ALR. Well, no, shame it's not in this game either, really, is it? But there you go. Nigel's left for session there, so I wonder if Nigel hopefully will come back in the not too distant future then. But yeah, we want to need Nigel back in this session, don't we? Because we want to have a cracking race, don't we? Goodness gracious me, you guys are a chatty bunch tonight. Probably because there was no energy spent on the F1 race, really, was there? We have got young Tommy saying, can't wait to Baltimore. Young Tommy is still leading the Silver World Championship, though, isn't he? Young Tommy, he's having an absolutely great season. Him and his teammate Dylan are absolutely a super force in the AlphaTauri, and I think AlphaTauri in gold so far has really struggled, which is quite surprising, really, isn't it, with the caliber of drivers that they had. But Cartboy now getting on top of the car, and Sloth also joined the team as well. We are expecting big things from those from the AlphaTauri team in gold now. Scooby Stew, be nice to watch a proper race this evening. Get the race wing tomorrow. Young Tommy there from Dylan as well. Then as young Tommy saying, "Oh, try then Gordo, hello," and he's as young Tommy saying, might be stick to drifting now. Mackenzie, shouldn't he be on a superbike there? Taylor Mackenzie. Well, I think he should be in the pits, to be honest. Serious matter, because the qualifying is over. It's elapsed. The time has elapsed. We have lost our first 5 drivers in this qualifying session. Qualifying 2 is coming up in just a jiffy, and it's coming up in just a jiffy there, of course. So that is the opening stage of the qualifying done. Absolutely good stuff indeed there for the 15 drivers that made it through. But unfortunately, commiserations there for the bottom 5 drivers. Milan is fastest on this opening stint, and in this qualifying session we have had 5 pole sitters, I think, so far this season. We've had Gurman, Infamous Pillars, Gurman, Pease, and Gurman. No, that's the wrong list. We've had Milan, Infamous Pillars, Blaze, Milan, and Percy. Oh, full Milan had 2 pole positions. Am I reading the wrong column? Let's have a look then. Oh, I've got to lean forward. No, I didn't actually put Milan's pole position time in. That is absolutely shameful there by me. Oh my gosh, there. But anyway, yeah, but Milan has 2 pole positions this season. Can he get a third tonight then? And there is the top 3, Milan, Danger Times, and Scott there. Out of qualifying is Murphy. We've lost William as well. Mackenzie, Nigel, and Dynamo Dan, unfortunately, all out of qualifying then. As we now go on to qualifying 2, we're going to lose 3 minutes now. We have lost 5 cars. Who is going to make it through into qualifying 3? It's the top 10 that is going to go. It'll be going into the pole position shootout for tonight's French Grand Prix. Of course, I'd like to hear what's your is that Liam has retired from the session, as has Danger Times as well. Of course, Sarah, I'd like to hear your opinions on what's your favourite French Grand Prix. Then, of course, Sarah, I think Paul Ricard. If you're going to pick out Paul Ricard, there will only be one. There will only be one option, really, won't there? As the other two haven't really been that great at all, have they? But I really like Manicourt, to be honest. Manicourt is absolutely great. Was absolutely great circuit. I think it debuted on the Formula 1 calendar back in 1991, I think it was, or something like that. Yeah, I've got to say that Manicourt, the fast flowing chicanes of Manicourt, was absolutely brilliant. They really were, weren't they? Of course, the Imola chicane, I can't remember the other. It's gone very dark all of a sudden now. We have a gamer did say that it was going to be dry in this session now, but I'm a little concerned by this big black cloud that is just gathered over the circuit then, and I think that some drivers might need to get a move on there, because we might have a quick, short, sharp rain shower here. So I think the drivers may have to get out there and just put a banker on the board, just to be sure. That here comes Pisa coming down the hill as well. Cyrus Rutcham's favourite French Grand Prix is 2020, the one that got cancelled. Absolutely great stuff there. Brutal, my goodness me, brutal. As Pisa is taking the alternative circuit there, and oh gosh, there's also smashed the polystyrene as well. So Pisa just taking the alternative layout there, and in the background there is a Molto in the second Ferrari as well. So then at the moment we're just waiting for drivers to come out and start a lap. At the moment in the pits at the moment is still Percy and Cowie, the 2 Alpine drivers. Just as I say that, Percy emerges out the garage and he's now on the circuit. Jonathan's still in the pits as well, but Jonathan in that opening first qualifying session looked quite impressive there, didn't he? Jonathan did there. Jonathan has got 8 points, hasn't he? Last race he participated in, he scored his first points, which was back in Baku. So good stuff indeed there for Jonathan. Can he go on a points run now? Which would be quite good indeed there for Jonathan, wouldn't it? So let's see if he can or not. Here comes Peacehead coming across the grid hatch as well, to start up then for Peacehead. Lovely helmet design here from Peacehead. Really impressive helmet designs this season. I'm absolutely loving it. Going into turn 1 and 2. I think this turn 2 has been reprofiled a bit, hasn't it? It feels a bit more satisfying to take turn 2, isn't it? Now into the turn 3 and 4, the second chicane. I think Grosjean had a crash around here one year. Was it 2018 perhaps then? No, I think it was, wasn't it? But now going into the tight part of the circuit there. There's 6 and 7 there. It doesn't want to go too wide there. Pease, that was absolute perfection there. He's gone purple in sector 1, and having said that, he's the only driver to set a time in the first sector moment, apart from Immortal, who is just behind him as well. We have got so Pease on the soft tires at the moment. Anyone who's on the medium tires, they are thinking about the strategy game here, aren't they? Of course, if you're on the medium tires and you get through to qualifying 3, you start on those medium tires there. If you get through qualifying, get into qualifying 3 on the soft tires, you must start on those set of tires, of course. And I think that strategy around here, I have no earthly idea. So nothing unusual there, but I would hazard a guess that the drivers would like to start on the medium tires there because they are more durable. They will give them a better operating window to perform their strategy if there's a untoward safety car or anything like that. Talking of safety cars around here, I'm not expecting many because you have to go off in a big way to cause a safety car around here. You need to go off in a big way to hit something around here as well. I've got to say, it's very much a car park, isn't it? Final turn then, and here comes PZ coming across the line. It's on 27.9 then, and straight away PZ is very much on it there right from the get-go. Very impressive stuff indeed there. Jonathan, who's just finishing off his lap as well. I'm looking to see, here comes Cartboy, also on the soft tyres as well then, so it looks like that the drivers are more concerned about just happier to start on the soft tyres. I remember, if you start on the soft tyres, you will have a better launch there, won't you, off the grid. And of course, it's not the longest of runs down to one, is it? But it's not the shortest either. I think that I think the soft tires there will give you a better launch to the medium tires. Slough on a lap at the moment. Emerson out of the far turn, and look how gloomy it's got. Emerson's done a 34 there in his Ferrari. I have a feeling that he backed off in that lap there, didn't he? So he did put a representative time on the board there. Jonathan there sparking away in the background there. Gurman's invalidated this time as well, unfortunately for Gurman, but he has enough time on the board at the moment. So nothing to get too panicky about the former Grand Prix winner around here. So he should be okay for the moment. LMV then is just said EILV. Gurman all the way then as well. It's a good 7B then. So it's great to see Coxey back and on the pace then. And Tanger goes second fastest out. He's on the medium tire. It's the first try to put a time on the put a medium time on the board then. And just like I say, that soft does a time as well, but he's a bit slow at the moment. He's about 15 seconds slower than Cartboy. Which if he's trying a 44, then I would kind of understand that, but I think he must have made a mistake somewhere. Immortal there going into third, well, full fast. Just I'll say that Jonathan now is in second position right now. And yes, I agree with Serious Merchant now. Jonathan looks very much on the pace, doesn't he, in this Aston Martin? This is a strong showing for Jonathan. Yes, we're only in the early stage of qualifying too, but you can tell from the characteristics of the car and Jonathan's driving style and the way he's handling that car, I would say that Jonathan is looking quite strong at the moment. And here's another driver who's looking strong, and it's Milan at the moment, who is in a who's in a sweet spot, isn't he, for pole position at the moment. Of course, he's on 9 poles, and he's going for double figures here tonight. Then Milan, if he gets it, of course, tonight. But this session is not about pole position, is it? It's about getting through and clearing the bar. Percy there in the second part of lap as well. He's second and 7/10 up in the second split time. Sloth then, who is just navigating the sector 3 here. Then these long corners there. They are not going to be very kind on these tyres, are they? These long corners are really going to build up the thermal degradation there. I keep saying that word, thermal wear, that will do, on those tyres. And of course, I'm sure that you're all very happy to hear about tyre talk. So Sloth goes at second fast at the moment. No one is got near Pease' time now. Look at the time difference there between Pease and Sloth. Pease there has done a 27.9. Remember, that is on the the soft tires, whilst Sloth is on the medium tires and Jonathan is as well. So that's quite a big difference, isn't it, in terms of tyre and in terms of the delta between the tyres and the time difference between the tyres, isn't it? Milan back in the pits there as he go. Well, I think he must have went out and had a cycle lap before coming back in then. So we now got Emerson and Carboy, who was on the podium in the last Grand Prix, weren't they? Of course, Emerson got his first Grand Prix win of the season last week, didn't he, in the Canadian Grand Prix? So we have had Emerson, who's won a Grand Prix, Danger Thomas has won a Grand Prix, Gurman has won 2, and of course Blaze won the Monaco Grand Prix in quite incredible style, actually. Carboy, who is just on an outlap moment. We've got a lot of drivers on an outlap moment. We've got Gurman also out there, as we've got Gamer and Scott out there as well. We're on board with Gamer, or he was on board with Gamer as he goes across the finish line, and as a Gamer comes across the line to start as well. Jonathan, whilst his teammate Gamer's on circuit, Jonathan says the car seems planted for the minute then, and it did look like it, didn't it? Jonathan's car looks like it was on rails, wasn't it, when we was watching him? Let's see what about Gamer as well. Has he nailed the setup like his teammate as well? We're going to find out now for Gamer, who came third in the World Championship in Silver last season. But remember, he had a good run of wins, didn't he, in Silver in the opening stage? I think he won 4 or 5 races, didn't he, from the back end of season 2 and going into season 3 for Silver last season, didn't he? Very impressive stuff indeed. Kakarot Goku saying that good evening all. Hello to you, Goku. Absolutely great. Oh, that's not good there for Gamer. He's invalidated his time there, and that is not a good. That's not a good start at all. On board now with Gurman. Then I should already mention that he's the last season's Grand Prix winner around here. For accelerating win. Carboy's just in front of him now, so I'm going to stick with Carboy for a minute. And here he is, Carboy on the DRS in the DRS zone now as well. 2 DRS zones around here. Down this back straight, and we've got a Aston Martin now, who's looking a bit struggling now. Oh gosh, because that gamer has hit something. I said earlier on that you're gonna have to go off in a big way to hit something, but it looks like the final sector he has met something now, and quite hard as well, because the end plate is missing now from the Aston Martin, and he's coming back in 5 minutes ago in this qualifying session now. So just additional pressure there for the Aston Martin team then to quickly fix that car and get him back out on the circuit. And here comes Kart Boy, looking to break this glow in there on the Alpha Tower. Look at it. I love the white alloys there on the white wheels there on the Alpha Tower there. They look really spiffing, don't they? Final there's a Kart Boy there who's I'm not sure what happened there for Kart Boy. He was doing I think he was doing an alright lap there, but he's lost 3/10 of a second there towards the end there. What about Gurman? Gurman's now jumped up into second position as well. Very good times now on the medium tires, and I think this might be a lot of track evolution out there. But and then Emerson has now gone into 28, so he's the first driver into 28 set on the medium tires, and car 46 there for the double world champion. Good stuff there for Emerson, and he is and is that going to be safe and through? Is my question as well. I'm not sure what happened to Kart Boy though. Kart Boy was doing a decent time there, but he just dropped back, didn't he? We've got Milan then, who just accelerates now the chicane, and that breaks up the long straight there, doesn't it? There, going down the back straight as well. Then as he's now accelerating that now to Scene. Is it Scene corner? I think it is, isn't it? Or the drivers know it as turn 10. Then there's Milan there on his final lap. So I've got 4 minutes to go in this session there. The biggest enemy there, you got a lot of enemies out here on the circuit, haven't you? But one of the biggest enemies is time in qualifying, isn't there? Because you're against the clock, and you're also you're against your clock there in terms of how much time is left on the board, and also you're against the time there in the right hand side of the screen as well. Out of the final turn there for Milan, and this is looking very competitive indeed. There he goes second fastest. He is the second driver in the 28 Force, and he's 0.4 of a second in front of Emerson on the same compound of tyre. That's again a statement of intent there for Milan. And of course there he is still looking for his first Grand Prix win. Milan isn't he, an ALR, but I gotta say he's been in Baku, he's very unlucky, and there's a couple of races as well where he's been very unlucky, Milan is, but I must say then, I think that win is coming this season. I really do. Here's Milan's teammate Tango in the Haas car, and down the back straight. And let's see what we can do. Emma's dropped out a few sandbags now. Then so he has indeed. There, he's now been the third fastest there, but he's still not quick. Is he? He's 0.4 of a second off the pace. I say he's not quick. Goodness me, he definitely is quick, isn't he? But he's a bit off the pace there of Milan then, who's 0.4 of a second in front then, which is quite a mammoth gap, isn't it, really, when you're at the pinnacle of motorsport. On board now with Tango, and let's see then, Tango has gone onto the soft compound tyres here. He's of course went on the soft tires straight away, didn't he? And just set a time, and then for the rest of the event now, he's having his feet he's just got his feet up in the garage there, probably reading a newspaper. Well, no, that's very old school now. He's probably got his tablet out, looking on the BBC News or Sky Sports app. My goodness me, as a Tango there was very greedy on that inside curve there. I thought the car was going to swap ends, but not quite. And the top four are happy with their times, and they have called it a day in qualifying 2 here. We're just keeping an eye on Tango at the moment there, and a very aggressive start to this lap then for Tango, going a bit wide then, and now on the back straight as well. He also has a car in front of us, and he did have a car in front of us. Comes to me, he overtook that Aston Martin quite quickly. Is gamer out on the medium tires again. Then look at how hot it is out there at the moment. It's absolutely baking, is it? This surface is here in the we're in the south part of France, haven't we? I believe in Paul Ricard. My geography is absolutely appalling. It really is, isn't it? But well, I'm sure it's in the south of France, and I just pick up snippets of information when watching the practice session, really, because I would not know where Paul Ricard is. I wouldn't even know where to start on looking on the map, kind of thing. But well, you would be able to start, because there's something called Google Maps now, isn't there? Luckily, Google Maps and technology saves me a lot of things in life. I do love Google Maps. It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Anyway, I don't know what we're talking about Google Maps then. We're going to be talking about Tango's time in just a few moments. So in the Haas car, he's still got 3 cars. Aren't set times yet. And Tango goes across the line, and he puts himself up in the second fastest at the moment. Tango does that, and that should be safely through as well. Scott on a lap at the moment. We've also got Percy, who's just putting as well. It's actually 4 cars who hasn't set, 3 cars hasn't set a time at all, whilst Percy has not set a competitive time yet in the Alpine car then. But I think this is looking more competitive now. So he's also gone purple in the second sector according to that track map there for Percy. So that is looking quite ominous there. Cowie then, who's not setting the time, unfortunately, he's still in the pits. Yellow flag then is one of the AlphaTauri cars is just trying to wind up a lap then, and he's now going to let it go then. Carboy has said he has done 1 up on those medium tyres already by the looks of it, so that's a scrub set of medium tyres on Carboy's car according to the graphic here. Out of the final turn then for Percy. Percy, as we mentioned already, he's had a pole position in his career. He was in pole position in that last time out in Canada. He goes across the line, he's 5th fastest this time. That is, remember, this isn't about pole position that was started. This is just about getting yourself through into qualifying 3. Here comes Scott. He goes 4th fast on the medium tyres. Well, that's a competitive time there for Scott, and a great time indeed. The former man known as Chazza, now known as Scott, and it could be great Scott as well by the end of this one. And that Back to the Future reference is probably going to get very old very quickly. Sloth is 2/10 second up in the first sector. That's a very impressive first sector there for Sloth, I think it was, wasn't it? Goodness me, I've forgotten who I was talking about there. The older you get, the worse your memory gets, isn't it? That's my excuse anyway. Gamer out of qualifying B. Starts lane for the moment now, but let's see what Carboy can do as he's just coming in the final sector as well. Unfortunately for Gamer though, he will not take part in qualifying 3, so he will not be on pole position then for the French Grand Prix here in gold. Here comes ALR gold. Here comes Carboy then, and Carboy then into the final technical twisty party circuit. Carboy, remember, he's coming off the back of a very solid podium last time out, wasn't he, in the Canadian Grand Prix? It was penalty paradise, wasn't it, last week? Is it going to be the same here tonight? Carboy out of the final turn, and he goes into 6th fastest, and that's a scrub set of medium tyres, so he's done 2 laps on those medium tyres there. Is that going to be a major problem then in the Grand Prix and in the Grand Prix itself? On board now with Sloth, and in front of us we've got Luke. Look, Sloth has abandoned his time and coming to the pit side, so he knows he's safely through, so that's good stuff indeed. And so Sloth is safely through, and he didn't want to start the race on those soft tyres, did he? Just watching Percy completing off his lap as well. Tango saying he's quite surprised by his lap there because the car felt awful, but nonetheless so. According to the timesheets there, according to the times there, Tango, it looks good as he is 2nd fast at the moment. Pease tops the qualifying 2 session. Only 2 drivers though has opted to start on the soft compound tyres, which is very interesting indeed. So those 2 drivers of Pease and Tango are going to have a very good launch off the grid, aren't they? But how long are those tyres going to last for? Is it going to be a reasonable operating window for them to come into the pits, or are they going to have to convert to a 2-stop strategy? And it's a very long and slow pit lane around here, very long indeed. So the amount you're going to lose an awful amount of time there if you're going for an extra stop then. So they need to keep that in mind as well. Danger times, Liam, Cowie, Gamer, and Immortal all out of qualifying. Unfortunately, as we now proceed to qualifying 3, and this is where we're going to. Sort out our pole position. And so we're just taking. Is that? Milan just said it's raining qualifying 3, so I'll have to go get there pronto here in this tonight's session there. Gamer saying I was so fast in TT and now I can't even get into qualifying 3. Gamer is sounding a very frustrated driver there, isn't he, at the moment there, unfortunately. Becca's ass has Emerson ever been knocked out in qualifying 2 or not made at qualifying 3. He got I think he got a qualifying ban, didn't he, one time? So he has to start from the back of the field as well. Yeah, he started from the back of the field, didn't he? Because he got a qualifying ban. I think it was towards the end of last season, I believe, if I'm not very much mistaken. I think I asked that one, Becca. I think he has said, never mind, the game lies to me there. And oh, his first question has gone, Sean? Oh, goodness me. What, did I say something? Or is he asking me a question? Let me have a look. He is asking me a question. Yes, Emerson, of course, had a qualifying ban at the back end of last season. Oh goodness me! Looks like that we've got a bit of the Odom, the 5-0 outside. Right now, we got Milan who's on a lap at the moment. As Milan was saying, and it was meant to rain, but the game lies to him now. So Milan is going to have to find a new weather forecast system, isn't he, in the Haas team? So that's a bit unfortunate. Milan then, who is now then on an outlap. So we've got every driver out at the moment now, apart from Pease and Jonathan, who are sat in the pits at the moment. Remember then, of course, in qualifying 3, you have to be very strategical in these qualifying sessions, don't you? You only get one new set of soft tires for qualifying 3 if you make it this far, and you have to bring the other tires with you through qualifying 1 and 2 then. So if you want, so that's what the drivers going to do. Otherwise, you're going to have a scrub set of soft tires, which means that they would have lost a bit of grip there, a bit of stickiness, which means that, which of course, the times might be a little slower. And now into the front as well. I'm sure it is Sergio saying just a ban. Well, so that's a no then. I'm sure he's got knocked out of qualifying now once or twice, but I think it was in a rain-affected qualifying session. I think. Potentially. As we're now on board there with Milan, but it's very rare that Emerson gets knocked out of qualifying early on in the session. I've got to say, it's very rare for any of the top runners get knocked out of qualifying early on, isn't it? Because that is just how incredibly in tune that these drivers are, and I've got to say, Gamer, we just heard from Gamer in the comments there of how disappointed he was not to get into qualifying 3 when he's got a very good, he's got very good pace, hasn't he, Gamer out there? So when Gamer's knocked out of qualifying 2, you know how competitive this field is. Then Milan there, look at how much off the track he was. Oh, that's incredible there from Milan. Wow, impressive stuff indeed. Then as he is now out of the chicane and on the back straight then, and coming up to Scene as well then. Not even a hint of a lift then, touching 190 miles an hour then. And now then breaking down then. And look at how much speed he's carrying into that corner now. Almost, we're still at 120 miles an hour at the slowest point of that very long right-hander. Impressive stuff there from Milan then. As I already mentioned, Milan's the only driver in this season that's been on pole position twice. He was on pole in the first race in Bahrain and on pole position in Azerbaijan as well. Can he make it 3 pole positions this season then? Out of follow turn then for Milan. Then the finish line is a bit of a decoy, isn't it? There's a couple of lines across the finish line, but that's the one he wants, and it's a 27.6 out from Milan then to start us on our journey in qualifying. Gurman goes second fastest, 4/10 of a second away at the moment there. Tango is third fastest there. He's also 3/10 of a second away, but Lucas Percy is now second at the moment. He's 3/10 of a second away from Milan. Carboy has just got a third fastest there. And what about Emerson? Emerson's on pole position there by 6,000 of a second there, and Scott goes into third fastest. Well, look at the times from the front 3, 27.6, a 27.6, a 27.6 from Milan, Scott and Hilton. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed then. Oh my golly gosh. And Jonathan Zavada, his time Pisa in sector 1 then. Sloth is just was also starting his lap as well. So the front 3 have been absolutely incredible, haven't they? So Sloth has gone purple in the first sector. That's looking very strong indeed. Really impressive there. But so not as impressive as the top 3. Magnificent, isn't it? Wow, incredible stuff. And 6,000 of a second separates Milan and it separates Emerson at the moment. That is the battle for pole position. Emerson hasn't been on pole position at all this season. That's and nor has Scott either. And that'll be great stuff to see. Be great stuff. But if anyone of those 3 drivers get on pole position, it would be great stuff if any one of these 10 drivers can get on pole position for the French Grand Prix. Absolutely magnificent. Sloth in the second sector as well. Unfortunately, I missed the second sector time impede now because I was waffling away. And here comes Sloth as well, not running too wide on that curb there, is he? Breaking down to third gear, 70 miles an hour then before getting back on the loud pedal as well. Staying on the curb there, Sloth was there, so that was a choice there for Sloth then to stay on that curb. Interesting stuff then into the turn 15 as well. Accelerated out, and let's see what Sloth can do then. Yellow flag in the background there. I think it's for Scott who's coming into the pits, and then Sloth goes 8 fastest there in the end. And what about the Mercedes of Total P's there? He goes 4 fastest Total P's. at the moment. 10th for a second away. Look at the top four there. My goodness me, they're all separated by less than a 10th for a second. This is ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely incredible stuff indeed there. What about Jonathan? He has been quick so far in this session. Can he get into the party as well? Oh no, he's abandoning his time into the pits then. And yes, he has come in the pits then, Jonathan has. Serge saying, blimey, these times, I don't think I can even do a 30. Don't worry about that, Serge Russian. I can't even get into the 40s in this circuit. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed there from the top three. Really impressive indeed there. Wow, absolutely fantastic stuff, Ben. So, Emerson's on pole position, as I already mentioned, though. He has not been on pole position at all this season, but he's trying to make that right now, isn't he? It's quite a long circle around here, so there's only going to be 2 runs on this one, and Milan's weather forecast might be slightly right, might be a bit more right than what he's thinking about, because look, guys, we've got dark clouds once again scattered across the circuit here, and I think that I'm going to there is rain afoot. Tango's retired from the session there, but is Milan taking the one of the 201st configurations around here. John said he ran out of fuel there, unfortunately, and Sloth has been disqualified because I think he missed the pit lane, and then I was trying to get back into the pit lane, but unfortunately he hasn't. Then and he has now been disqualified. He's out of qualifying. He's going to start 10th on the grid. Then it's the AI did a very made that very long-winded just to park there, but there we go. That ain't going to affect German's lap, I don't think. He's just coming out of the final turn to start his lap then, so that's such a shame then, is that for Sloth. So he was not fast at the time there, but now he's going to start 10th for Sloth in his debut for the Alpha Tower. Well, second debut for the Alpha Tower. As a German there was very unsure, was he had to correct the car going into turn 1 there, so that is going to cost him a bit of time there for German. No, goodness me, that as a bit unsure there from the McLaren driver. Look at how dull it's got in 4 minutes ago, and there's a Mercedes off the circuit there. I think it's a Mercedes, is it? No, it's an Aston Martin now. I need to get my eyes checked then. Might have to go to SpecSafe. German's off! And he's off! And he's in the wall! He's in the wall! Oh no! And German there has just gone off there, and that is his qualifying done, I think. There's rain! There's rain! I just see they changing the conditions there. And look, yes, Milan's weather forecast is right there. This might be the end of qualifying now. Oh my golly gosh. Percy on a lap at the moment, and Peter's back in the pits at the moment. We got Scott then, who is also back in the pits, and Milan is invalidated his time then. This might be a bit of a damp squib there to the end of this to the end of this qualified session there, and Emerson might be on pole position there, but he's still going for Emerson instead. Oh my goodness gracious me, that Jonathan ran out of fuel there. That may be a crucial mistake then if he wants to be higher up the grid then. And Emerson there is on a lap at the moment, and Milan is 7 seconds up in the second sector. Impressive stuff from Milan, but I don't think it's legal. As Milan, I think, is just trying to see if we can get a sneaker lap out here. Any lap he can then. We have got Car Boy on a lap. Jonathan is now starting his lap, but we're going to stick with Percy for a minute, and German's retired from the session there. Unfortunately for German. That same quarter for German now. It is turn 6 going into turn 7. It's a bit of a crucial one, isn't it? What can Percy do then? Percy is 3/10 of a second away from pole position, away from the front row, and away from third position. My goodness me, it's so close, isn't it? Look, there's a bit of sunshine there, trying to peek through these dark clouds, locking up the inside right front tire for Percy. That should be okay then, because he did cadence braking there. Out of far turn, and Percy is going to be 5th fast in the end there, as I keep getting it. I gotta say, I keep getting the. Oh my gosh, Percy's overcorrected the car there, and he's gone into the barrier. Peter's out of qualifying there. Emerson's called it a day as well. And so unfortunately, this race has prematurely ended this qualifying session, which is such a shame. Jonathan there, can he get a time on the board then, as he is now flicking it through Scene as well. Now we just got a VTOD saying a corner cutting in qualifying is allowed there. As I think VTOD has spotted something I didn't have, but I have been waffling. Becca is saying, oh no, how come Chaz has retired then? I think the chances up because of the. I think that he came. He looks like he just called it a day. Didn't I wonder if he just called it a day because of the rain potentially. Then Sirius Roger saying it is now in response to the rain. Then out of final turn then, and let's see what Jonathan can do then. Coming across the line then. Of course he's doing this time on a greasy track. He's 8th fastest there for Jonathan, and he'll be on the 4th row of the grid. Oh, is Milan there? P0 there. Well, it's 0, but the Polo Siren has now gone into 1,000 pieces there from Milan. as he is spun out, and Milan is not on pole position today, but he is on the front row of the grid there. So I think that is going to be, I think he'll be very satisfied with that. That's a bit of an anticlimactic end to qualifying, unfortunately, isn't it? But what I do know is that Emerson is on pole position then for the French Grand Prix. Really good stuff indeed there for Emerson. That's his first pole position of his season, and that is his 22nd pole position of his career in ALR. My goodness me, that's ridiculous numbers, isn't it, there for Emerson? And impressive stuff indeed there. Jonathan's on 13 pole positions, by the way, as Milan is on 9. So Milan's got to do four more pole positions to get in front of Jonathan. Right then, and now then, that's in the qualifying then. So we've got half a minute then to go till the checker flag starts to flutter in the breeze here in France. I was going to say Spain for some reason, then, but I'm in the complete wrong part then. Well, not in the complete wrong part, because at least I'm in Europe, I suppose. We have got now there, just that is a car Bowden now for a serious question there. It was, I got to say, it was a strike, wasn't there, from Milan there? Great, goodness gracious me there. No, we've also got Buckass saying good luck, folks, as well. Great to see Buckass in the comments as well. The COBALT, the Mercedes driver from COBALT. Into the pits there it comes. Jonathan is retired from the session then. So that is the end of qualifying then, as Emerson's on pole position then by the slenderest of margins there. It's 6 thousandths of a second separates Emerson and Milan. My goodness me. And 52 thousandths of a second separates Scott and Emerson as well. Impressive indeed. P's just over 10th of a second away as well. It's absolutely ridiculous times, isn't it? Very good stuff. Right then, so everyone then is that's the end of qualifying then. Emerson pole position there with Milan second and Scott in third. Pease is fourth and Percy is fifth. Carboy in sixth. German seventh. Jonathan is eighth, and he just commented saying he'll take that. Ninth position is Tango. Sloth would have been, I think, ninth, but unfortunately he got disqualified for driving the wrong way, and I think he missed the pit lane and tried to come in, but unfortunately he got caught out, and Michael Massey threw the book at him. So he's going to say that come on at Coxey, as also he's just confirmed. But good luck to the other drivers as well then. So we're not expecting rain in the race then, but I got to say, we wasn't expecting rain in qualifying, were we either? But luckily Milan informed us quite quickly, and of course that dark sky just came out of nowhere, didn't it? Goodness gracious me, it just rolled up quite quickly, didn't it? Right then, now it's the race itself. It's 25:08 here in the UK. It's getting dark outside, so goodness me, it's starting to signal the end of the summer, unfortunately. But yes, it's 25:08 in the UK, and in the next 40 minutes then we're going to know the Grand Prix winner of the French Grand Prix, and I must say, I have no earthly idea who's going to do what then. Milan looked quick, didn't he? I think if Milan got another lap in, I'm wondering if he might have beat Emerson there. Potentially. But of course, ifs and buts and all that kind of stuff. And is, buts for us trades. And if spells backwards, it's F1 as well then. So, yeah. And of course, we do not run our lives on ifs, do we? It's all about facts. And the facts is that Emerson's on pole position. And potentially, Emerson could have gone quicker still himself there. And maybe even Scott could have got pole position. And that would have been Scott's first ever pole position, I think, in ALR, if I'm not very much mistaken. Let me just take a look. It would have been the second. I apologise profusely to Chazza there, or Chazza Scott now, or it's just Scott. Right, let's go for the grid then. Two drivers on the soft tyres, and that's Tango and Pease. Pease is on fourth on the grid there. I wonder if he'll be trying to look at maybe getting up into second there. Oh, I forgot to breathe. I wonder if Pete's going to be trying to get up into second there with those soft tyres there. And I think that Tango will be trying to get up a couple of positions as well. We have got hard tyres there for two drivers as well. Liam and Murphy all on both on the hard tyres. Everyone else on the medium compound tyres. Right, let's go for the grid drive from front to back then. And it's Emerson taking his first pole position of his season. His 22nd pole position of his career as well. His first as a Ferrari driver there for Emerson. And car 46. He's on the medium tyre. As Milan there is just kind of off the circuit there, but he's second at the moment there. Scott in third position there in the Alfa Romeo. Fourth position is Tom Pease, as I already mentioned, he's on the soft tyres. Percy in fifth position. The super sub, you can never discount Percy out. He's a very quick customer indeed, isn't he? And also remember, he's a very good race engineer as well. Carboy in sixth position there. A strong performance in Canada. It's really carried over to France as well, and that's why we like to see Carboy back at the sharp end of the field. We've got Gurman, who is in seventh position there. Last season's Grand Prix winner. He's going to have to make up sixth position. positions if he wants to do that this season. Jonathan also back in the sharp end of the Grand Prix as well as sharp end of the field as well in the Aston Martin. Tango in 9th position, Sloth in 10th, and that is your top 10. All of them are on used tyres which they use in qualifying too. Lovely shot here, those who are just watching the drivers there going through scene and turn 11 there. Mortal in 11th position there, he is the first driver to start on the medium compound tyres, fresh medium compound tyres I'll say. Gamer in 12th position, he felt a bit disappointed after qualifying too, not to make it through the free. Cowie in 13th position, he's a bit of a ghost there, Cowie is there. Liam Yeh in 14th position, Danger Times is in 15th there. He was looking quick in qualifying once he had Danger Times, but he of course couldn't participate in qualifying too or beyond. Dynamo down in 16th position, Nigel down in 17th there. 18th is Mackenzie with William in 19th there, and 20th is Murphy. 20 cars are on the grid then. And then now they are just lovely helmet design there from Murphy. I'm getting some vibes off that helmet. I'm trying to work out whose helmet's vibes I'm getting off. Anyway, I'll look at Murphy's helmet a bit later. Lights are on there, but of course we're not some of those lights out, we're waiting for him. Here's the receiver from pole position there as Cowie has flown over from the field then, and he has gone already. And the lights are on then, let's go then. And go then for the French Grand Prix. I've been caught completely unaware, but it's Emerson who leads the Grand Prix, going down into one there. Milan is all over the back rim, no like a rash then. And we've also got Pease having a look on the inside there. As turn 1 and 2 is a bit of a pinch point there, and we've got some banging wheels there. That's a Mercedes. Sorry, is that a Mercedes? It is a Mercedes floating the wrong way, I think it is there. And there's 3 abreast going down here, and that Mr. Calaren of Nigel has flown up 4 positions there. Magnificent stuff indeed there. As Chaz is on the appalling start, a terrible start there from Scott. He has dropped right down to 8th position there. Scott has so I'm not sure what's happened to the Alfa Romeo driver there, but he's going to be kicking himself. Yellow flag as a video is out of Grand Prix, and that is not good at all. It was not Mercedes, it was a Aston Martin that was facing the wrong way. Gamer down 7 positions there. As Emerson there, and look, Milan's on the inside. He's got on the outside, now he's on the inside. He takes the lead there, but look, we've also got Pease in there as well. And look, we got 5 cars there. Oh my golly gosh there. And Pease is on the inside. Pease is on the outside there. Oh gosh, there's contact. They banged wheels there. And then Pease is staying on the outside. He's on the outside there. He's doing a wall of death on the outside of the corner. And he's got it, has he? He's got on the inside into turn 12. But Emerson is not backing out. Emerson is not giving up there. And he's ran wide there. Emerson has lost he's down 3 positions. Now we've got Percy who's also in front of him as well. Emerson is dropping down like a stone here. He is he's a bit wrong-footed, that's in those couple of corners there, but he's trying to get himself back up there. German's got a penalty for speed in the pit lane, so German's had to come in the pits there. Emerson's back up in the front there, or is he there, because Percy's out doing essentially no DRS yet. I'm good to speed. I thought he was coming back on the inside there. Sorry, doing the old switcheroo, and not quite though as Emerson there. But look at this slingshot he's had out of turn 2, and Emerson's in major trouble here because look at the top 2 and they've just walked away from this battling duo here. And Carboy is just He's just sat there, isn't he? They're waiting to strike, isn't he? And look, Percy is now at 4 positions. Magnificent stuff. Emerson's down 4 positions there. Percy's up in the 4th there. A magnificent manoeuvre there. And look at this. That is Percy's already trying to break the slipstream, aren't they? Of course, there's a DRS trains around here normally, isn't there? Just take a look as Nigel is flying alongside Immortal. No, he isn't, because he's past Immortal. And William out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. William having a nightmare. On a nightmare season there once again. And Murphy, I think, was just having a sniff of Immortal, but he decided against it. And there's the Red Bull driver is now in the 15th position there. And as German there is right at the back of the field, unfortunately. So oh my gosh, and Pease is on the outside, and Pease on the outside. Look left, there he is, and he takes the lead of the French Grand Prix. Oh, Pease on the soft tires. Remember that Pease is on the soft compound tires there. So of course he's going to play some action at the moment, but he's executed to perfection. Pease has. Oh, magnificent! He's already had 1 podium this season, hasn't he? Pease has. He would like to get more. He would like to get more, doesn't he? There's Cowie, who is not in the race at the moment, is he? So we're down to 18 cars. And Cowie is not the fast half of the race there. Or is he? Is he back in the race now? He said no. He's not at the moment there. So total Pease leads. 2nd position is Milan. 3rd is Percy. Emerson's in 4th position. There. Emerson is not too far back in the moment there. Immortal's in the pits, and that's why he's struggling in the Ferrari at the moment there. Unfortunately, for Immortal. And then so Pease, now what Pease's task is here is that he has to get out of the DRS zone then. He has to get outside the DRS range of Milan then. So that is what his task is going to be. DRS will be activated at the end of this lap then. No, at the end of this lap actually, I apologise. So yes, the DRS is now activated. So yes, so let's see how this plays out then, because look at that. Milan's already gained at 4/10 seconds on the back straight alone. We have also got some Dyson here as now Sloth is just dropped behind Danger Times. Danger Times just flying up the order, and Liam and Mackenzie are oh goodness me, they're getting very personal there. And now Liam's got it right off the circuit. And now Murphy's also trying to take some action as well. And Murphy up in the 30th position. Murphy's up 7 positions already in the Honda powered Red Bull. And now is Taylor as Mackenzie dropping down the order as well. We've also got Scott moving up past Tango as well. As Tango's soft tires are not looking as happy as Peas at the moment, are they? Scott back up into a very solid 7 positions. Right, Jonathan has just got past Dynamo Dan and is in 50 position. Jonathan down 7 positions there, as both Aston Martin cars have had an appalling opening a few laps of this Grand Prix. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish in this race, isn't it? Rebecca saying, go on Milan, what a move. I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing. Aren't. Then we've also got LV then saying that this is a wildish. And who is that off the circuit? Goodness me. And I'm not sure who that was off the circuit. Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness me! That Milan there. Oh, it's the Alpine. So yes, I thought that was total piece. Jonathan's got 3-second penalty. Remember, in Canada, penalties really cost some drivers, didn't they? But is it going to be a penalty city central Grand Prix tonight? Well, in the past it has been, but I think that the penalties are slightly different on this game, aren't they? But we'll find out though, won't we? As now just on board of Emerson as well. So we have also got Liam, who has just got past Nigel, and now he's up to 11th position. Nigel dropping down into 12th position, but Nigel's going to 5th position with a 3-second penalty from Mackenzie as well in the Alfa Romeo car. Back on board with Scott at the moment, but I think I might need to be more in, might need to be watching this for a minute then. And here it is then. So Percy in a very strong third position, but Emerson is not yielding, is he? But they are about 2 seconds away from the battle in Peace and Milan at the moment, which is doesn't sound like a lot, but that can be, and that gap may starting to grow there. So Emerson there is on pole position. He's down to 4th position. Emerson is, so he's got a bit of work to do then to regain those positions there in the Ferrari. But as he tacks on away, he's also got to be concerned about the drivers behind him and Carboy and Scott, who is also now starting to come at him as well. That fight with the Grand Prix then, so 7/10 seconds separates Pease and Milan. Remember that it's because of Cowie's on board now with Everton. I keep getting distracted there by Cowie dropping down the order. Unfortunately, Cowie's out of the Grand Prix. Hopefully, he can get back in pronto, and hopefully, he can get back in pronto and maybe take part in the racing, because such a shame for Cowie and for the Alpine team not to have 2 cars participating in this Grand Prix at the moment. And coming down the back straight, and now then Scott is having a look, but not quite at the moment. He's a bit too far back. Yellow flag is Dynamo Dan is off the circuit, and Dynamo Dan is where has he gone then? And it's a safety car there, and when I said that there's not going to be much probability of a safety car, you knew that I was just tempting fate, didn't you? So unfortunately there, Dynamo Dan becomes our second retirement, possibly our third retirement, depending on if Cowie's coming back in or not. But Dynamo Dan out of the Grand Prix, and yes, he's gone off on the inside. That's where Fisher went off in a big way in season 2, unfortunately. Then, so we're just watching Pease at the moment. Then, so Pease then leads the Grand Prix. Is this going to be an opportunity now for the Grand Prix leader Pease to come into the pits and go on to the? Yes, he is coming in the pits. So Pease is arriving into the pits. Is anyone? Who's that? That's Percy in the pits as well. So Percy is also in the pits then. Oh my golly gosh. Is anyone else taking this opportunity? Tango definitely is, isn't he? There's 4 drivers in the pits. So we got Sloth in as well. And that is hard tires going on Total Peace's car. And he's got out then. He's got out just behind one of the cars there. Of course, I did see who it was. That is into the pits. There comes Cartboy as well. Throw it on the hard tires as well then for Cartboy as he comes back out there. So it's all anarchy in the pit lane at the moment then. Total Peace is now done 9th position there. Lucas is in 10th position. Cartboy 11th. Tango in 12th position. Sloth 13th. Taylor into the pits there. Mackenzie in the pits there. Got onto the medium compound tyres. cars. German back in the pits as well. So this is going to help German, I think, and it's going to help him also as well. Catch it to the back of the field. And so we've got the red Mercedes safety car here in the French Grand Prix. We've probably seen enough of safety cars, haven't we, after today's shenanigans of the Belgian Grand Prix, of course, where unfortunately it's the shortest race in history, wasn't it, in Belgium. Broke Gorilla, aka Todd, is saying, and good evening, Sean, and hello from me and Tess. Good evening to you both. I hope you're all splendid, sir. Right then, it's now he comes Milan then. So Milan, as I've already mentioned, has never won a Grand Prix, has he, in ALR? However, he is not a stranger of leading Grand Prix, is he, Milan? As I remember, he's had a lot of bad luck. He possibly could have and should have won at least 3 or 4 by now. Off the top of my head, if I was in a safety car, the amount of safety cars in Baku that really hindered him. And also remember in the Dutch Grand Prix last season, I think both Dutch Grand Prix actually, Milan was quite mighty around the circuits and possibly should have won them both last season in last season's game. Just a lovely shot here, a lovely high angle shot then of going around going around turn number 11 as well. So to say the longest afternoon, but the shortest race. It really was, wasn't it? A 3-hour delay, wasn't it, for Formula 1? And before they got back, before they got the 2 laps done, and there's a lot of arrows jumping up and down there, which I don't think should be happening, of course, because there's no overtaking under the safety car, is there? Of course, I remember it's so Bert Molander's out now. I'm hoping by the end of this lap then we'll be back racing. Of course, we're on lap 7 now, the Grand Prix. So we've got 20 more laps to go around at Paul Ricard there. Remember tomorrow night as well, a quick plug for you. Tomorrow night it is silver, isn't it? And of course, we've got a new championship leader in silver with Theo, who is leading the championship there. No. I'm talking the wrong championship. It is, of course, young Tommy in the championship in silver there, but Dylan, who has won 2 Grand Prix now, is hot on his teammates' heels. Then in bronze, of course, we have a new championship leader, I think, in the form of Theo in bronze. That is on Tuesday night, and then Wednesday is COBALT, isn't it? And Hammer Time still in the championship, but he has not raced for the last 2 races. It has been J-Dog, who has been the man on form in the Haas car as well. Then, so that's the action coming up for you in ALR this week, isn't it? So action galore for 4 days there, isn't it? It's a 4-day festival of speed, isn't it, in ALR? And we absolutely love it, don't we? And just now going down the back straight. So whilst the safety car is out there, Milan leads the Grand Prix but is yet to stop. Same with Emerson Hilton, he is yet to stop as well in 6th position. Scott is in a 3rd position with Cowie, who's on the race. So Data Times is in 4th position there. All on medium tyres there from the start of this Grand Prix. Liam and Murphy on the hard tyres there since the start of the Grand Prix, as is Gamer as well, also on the medium tyres. Everyone else below them have come into the pits at least once. Total Peace is now on the hard tyres. Safety car is in the end of this lap there. Total Peace is now on the hard tyres, along with Percy and Cardboy. Tango has gone to the medium tyres here for his 2nd stint then. So I'm going to hazard a guess that Tango is not going to be able to get to the end of the race, so he's guaranteed himself a 2-stopper, I believe. We've also got Sloth on the hard tyres as well there, along with Nigel and Jonathan, but Jonathan has a penalty. Also, Mackenzie is on the medium tyres, German on the medium tyres, I'm also on the hard tyres. Serious Russia, did you know Colbo is the name of a Chevy car? I seen it today. Oh, I didn't know that. I gotta say, I didn't know what Colbo was until Nosey told me, and even then I was like, oh. So yes, I quite like learning new things. So I'm going to be putting that into the back of my mind at Serious Russia, ready for Wednesday, because that is going to be a lovely snippet of information then. Now, what about Milan then? What's he going to do here then? He is still warming up his tyres profusely here then. He is not going yet. This is a very long delay, and now we're go here, and he's dropped the hammer at the very last second then. And look at the cars and goodness me, look at those cars in the background. That's the Alfa Romeo is trying to sneak through there, and look at this. That is oh goodness me, now we've got Percy on the inside. He's taking the base of action there. Percy has he's right off the circuit, and Gamer's also down into 9th position as well. And Percy's going back up the inside. He's going. Oh my gosh! I thought he was going to go into the back of a Total Pisa. Great bit of driving there from Percy. I'm loving that. Carboy is Taylor's dropping down the order. He's been wrong tired here, hasn't he? And he's dropping down there, and he is down into 30th position. Taylor is now, as well. Remember, there on the first tyres. Nigel Oh gosh there, and Jonathan will take a base of action there, so he almost a clout at the back of Nigel, and there's a lot of polystyrene in the background just landing there. Scott is all over the back of Emerson, and here it is. So Scott on an appalling start to the Grand Prix, and it's all of a sudden now back into it. Oh my goodness me, here's Tango, here's Taylor, and here's Carboy as well. A 3-second penalty for Carboy for corner cutting there. Gurman's now past Carboy, moved over to 13th position there. Carboy dropping down to 14th, and Gurman's on the outside, he's got a penalty there, and Gurman's got a penalty. He's going to have to yield the position there, but he's done it anyway. I'm not sure whether that was by design or on purpose. Chaz has dropped down into 4th position there. Scott has dropped down to 4th position, I can say. Gurman's back up the inside here. Oh gosh there, and oh my word, there it's getting very hair and scare here. He's back up the inside. Gurman is forcing it wide. Gurman is in. There they are, and McKenzie is not bowing down to Gurman's demands, is he? Unfortunately, he's had to in the end then. As oh my goodness me! Oh my gosh, there! What is going on here? The gamer who's just been overtaken there by Tango, moved up into 9th position there. Great. Danger Times unbeknownst to me, we missed it on the stream then, but Danger Times is now into a 3rd position, and there is the top 2 then. Gurman is now into 11th position there. It's Cowie's car is dropping to the back of the field, and lap 9 of the Grand Prix. Milan leads there. He's already a second out there in front of Emerson, and he's out of the DRS zone as well now. So that is exactly what is that. Oh my goodness me! And look at this. We're going to have 3. We're going to have 3 abreast here. I think we are. Look at the onboard action here. Then as we're down into the chicane. Where are they? There they are. Then Murphy has dropped down into 7th position there because Pease has now moved himself back up to 6th. And Pease is flying along at the moment. I think Pease will be going to the end of the Grand Prix. I think yellow flag. Jonathan's out of the Grand Prix. Oh no! Jonathan and Nigel, we seen them earlier getting very close to the safety car, and they're both out in a very strange place there. And Jonathan and Nigel out of the Grand Prix, and so we've got another safety car here. Is this the time to come to the pits? I would hazard a guess that this is perfect time then for Milan and Emerson now to come into the pits. Perhaps Serge was to say the crash of the back, I think, or Nigel that. Yeah, I'm sure that Serge must have missed it, Mick Powers there, because he wrote that before that happened there. And Danger Times is staying out here, so I'm not too distracted with Danger Times. Into the pits, out comes our race leader, or was our race leader, so Milani. We are looking for the blue overalls then for the Haas team, and there they are then, and now getting ready to go there. So he's going on to the hard tyres here, Milan is there. So yes, there's a lot of track position being lost here. Scotland also in the pits as well. Murphy is going to the pits, he's going to the medium tyres then. That is going to be a stretch for the mediums, I think that, but this is going to be interesting as well. Cowie's AO is going to soft, incredible. Gamers also on the medium tyres there. So everyone has been in the pits at least once, apart from our top 2 there. And so just now we're just watching Danger Times leads the Grand Prix there. So it should be a short safety car period. This one should be, as the debris has been cleared up and the crocodile is quite close to get anyway. Then so hopefully the safety car will be at the end of the next lap there. Let me just quickly catch with the old. Comments there. Gora saying it's a bit early for the hard tyres. Surely not then. We have also got Jonathan saying, I understand, tried to correct it, went the other way and spun there. As Kakarot Goku is disappointed to see Jonathan unfortunately taking it early, hitting the showers early. Unfortunately, he's out of the Grand Prix, as is Nigel as well. And Nigel on a bit of a difficult event here this time as the Nigel is unfortunately McLaren. Both McLarens are on a bit of a difficult start to this race set. We haven't even asked this yet though, so anything can happen still in Formula 1, and it usually does. And at the moment, Danger Times and Liam have not come into the pits. Sheriff Mushman is very impressed with Cowie's AI going on to soft tyres there. He's very impressed there. Danger Times and Liam has not pitted yet, but Liam is on the hard tyres, and wonder if he's going to try and get to a sensible window, go on to softs at the end of the race. What is Danger Times going to do then? Can he extend this stint then? As I think that would have been the perfect time for the medium round. It's gone to the hard tyres perhaps then, but it remains to be seen then. So Burmolander out at the moment then. So it is Danger Times leading with Liam in second. Pease is now in the first place. Remember, Pease pitted earlier, and he is now up in the third position. We don't expect Pease or Percy to come back into the pits there. Tango and Gurman, I think that will be a different story. I'm sure they might have to come back into the pits on those medium tyres potentially. Sloth in second position there. Mackenzie is now to 8th round in a very exciting Grand Prix. Mackenzie is there. Carboy on 9th and Ermolto is 10th position. Outside the top 10 is Milan, but he has just stopped there. So is Emerson in 12th position. Scott in 13th position. Murphy is in 14th. 15th is Gamer. Retirements Cowie, who's unfortunately is not in the session there. We have also lost Nigel and Jonathan there. Jonathan oversteered and corrected the car, and I think that Nigel might have been in the wrong place at the wrong time by the looks of things there. Damo Dan out of the Grand Prix, and also William out of the Grand Prix as well. One Williams is out of the race there, who was the first driver out of the race. The other Williams there, Danger Times, is now into first position there. Leading the Grand Prix is Danger Times there. Remember, he started 15th on the grid as well, so he's gone up 15 positions in 11 laps, and you probably hope that the race can stop right here, right now. But of course, there it's not going to, is it? We are here till the bitter end in this French Grand Prix, haven't we? So we have got about 17 laps then to determine the winner of the French Grand Prix and the other positions. Serious Rush is saying that Emerson is in 12th position. A lot of work to do. You're going to get interested. Same with Milan as well. He's in 11th position, and Scott in 13th position as well. I'm keeping an eye on Murphy because he's on the medium tire side. That might be a very shrewd manoeuvre there from Murphy. Saved cars in the end of that then, so the driver's been given plenty of time. Remember that Milan there held him till almost at the last second, didn't they? Before get on the hammer there. So Milan there, I wonder if Danger Time's going to do the same. Milan also scampered off and outside the DRS zone as well. No DRS for the first 3 laps or so after the safety cars coming to the pits. And so Danger Times doesn't have to worry about that too much, does he? But he is on worn tyres now, isn't he? Everyone behind him is on fresher tyres or more durable tyres, and so Liam might have the advantage here then. So as he's now bunching up, and Bert Molander is now racing off in the Mercedes safety car, and he is coming back into the pits now. When is Danger Times going to go? And I think that he's gone already, has he? I think he has, and yes, he has gone. So we're back racing here in the French Grand Prix, and Liam, it's had a bit of a poor exit, hasn't he? And I've total pieces already all over his gearbox. He is indeed there. And look at this, and I wonder is Liam moving over and letting his teammate through? He potentially could be here. He is indeed. That's a good play there for the Mercedes team there. Liam, is on different strategies. He's got 5-lap older tyres than his teammate Pease has at the moment. He doesn't want to let Percy through, does he? He wants to help his teammate as much as possible at this stage of proceedings. Remember that Liam has scored in every single race he's participated in so far in this season there, so he wants to keep up that scoring record as well. But he's doing a great job. He's doing a great team, doing the team game as well now. Good stuff indeed then. Down the back straight, and Serge wants to say surely Dan's gonna go medium soft be flying at the end there. Oh, look at this, we've got some battle in Tango and Gurman there. Oh, Gurman there just showing in the rear wheel there, and Tango dropping down to 6th position there. Gurman now in the 5th, and Gurman's miserable race there. All of a sudden found himself in 5th position there. And I feel that's a very good point there for Serious Russian. Just shows how much I know about strategy, doesn't it? So I was like, oh, he's going to get to the end of the race there. Yes, but that's Murphy might be going to the soft or medium to the medium soft at the end. Taylor's gone off in a major way, and he is out of the Grand Prix, and it's another safety car here. Just as Percy's got past Liam, and I think he's going to have to let him back by here. I'm not sure. No, yes, he done it just for the safety car, giving the pits, but Taylor now out of the Grand Prix. Taylor McKenzie is out of the race then. And that is unfortunate. And look, Liam then a very late decision to come into the pits then, so the Mercedes drivers to get ready. Tango's also in the pits as well here then. So another safety car here in this race. It's a Mercedes there. The pit box is very close as well. So unfortunately, Mackenzie's out of the race after session as well. Cowie's back in the pits as well then. We've got Tango in the pits, and it's the Haas mechanics going to work in hard tyres now for Tango, I would say, until the end of the Grand Prix. As Liam's on soft tyres here at this stage of the race. I got to say, I'm very confused with strategy at the moment there, which is never but I'm going to be scratching me old ginger nut, I think, after this one here, because I'm not too sure what Liam might be up to, but I think he might be going for a strong middle sector to the Grand Prix and used those soft tires to do some overtaking them from Liam. But Liam has come to the pits. He's lost track position, but as we've seen, overtaking around here can be is doable, isn't it? But it's going to be harder if there's a DRS train. Well, we haven't had a DRS for the last couple of laps or so because we've had safety cars. We've had a lot of safety cars in the last 5 or so laps. Then this is the third safety car we've had in this Grand Prix now. And Danger Times is still yet to blink then, so he's still out on the circuit. Total Peas, I think, is very strong at the moment in this Mercedes. And so, yeah, Total Peas is look at the total package at the moment is in the Mercedes car. Remember, can he just keep his nose clean then? He got a podium in Baku. That's his only podium of the season so far for Total Peas. But he'd love to get a Grand Prix win. I think this will be his 6th Grand Prix win of his career if he gets one here tonight, of course, for Total Peas. Becca said, blinking heck that we rarely see safety cars in France, and here we are. Yeah, we've had 3 safety cars in the matter of the last several laps or so. It's absolutely anarchy out there at the moment, isn't it? Crypticolour Boy is very impressed by it. As he said, that's very impressive indeed. It really is, isn't it? So then, in this latest safety car period, then we have got Liam and Tango who've come to the pits. Then I'm not counting Cowie, not because he's not in the race, unfortunately. So everyone else has stayed out there. Danger Times is not coming to the pits at all at the moment, then, so he's trying to extend the stint. Then let's see. Let's see how this one plays out then. So then, as we're on lap 14 now, then we're almost at half distance in this group. Well, I think we're over half distance. Anyway, so yes, let's see how this one plays out. David Times is showing that the medium tires can do 13 laps then. So at the very least, David Times is showing he can do 13 laps. But however, these laps have been the first 13 laps in this Grand Prix have been very disrupted by safety cars. You don't use as much tire wear, do you, when you're behind the safety car? Of course, cruising behind the safety car, so I'm not sure if anyone would want to. I think there's a serious amount of drop on this one. I don't think Murphy's going to get to the end of the medium tires. I would hazard a guess then. But there we go. I'm absolutely lost for strategy. I love it. It's brilliant because it makes it much more exciting there from my point of view. Danger Times, of course, won the Bahrain Grand Prix earlier on the season, and he opened his account out in fine style in Bahrain. He would love to do it again, and however, he has not come to the pits, so his position at the moment is leading the race, but it's a bit false at the moment now. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out though later on then. Sergio saying that it's EA Sports, so it's in the game. We've also got Cryptic saying, does that mean there's no more safety cars as they've all been used? I think, isn't it 5 safety cars that we're allowed up to? But I must admit, I don't read the latest patches on the old games when they get the latest patches and all that kind of stuff. But I thought it was 5 to be honest, not 3. But I may have absolutely no idea about what's going on. We've got Certified. No, Sean, he has limited. He has a limited edition. You get extra safety cars. I do indeed, and I gotta say, I love a safety car 05. It really makes the race a lot more interesting, doesn't it? Well, I must say though, but. It's a shame the safety car can only stay out for 1 lap and then get back racing as well. Right, here we go then. And now then, we are going to be back racing in just a few moments' time indeed then. And Danger Times has gone again. He's gone again very early, Danger Times has. And so we're back going here in the Grand Prix as we got Kaz saying, bonjour, F1 fans, out of the final turn then. And now let's get going. And hopefully no more safety cars in this race. And what am I saying? Goodness me, I must be ill. Yes, I think we've had enough of the safety cars now. So let's get some racing going, shall we? Danger Times has had the absolute perfect start here. Great stuff indeed then. Liam, yes, already alongside Gamer. He's already passed Gamer as well and moves up into 12th position. Liam, yes, he's on those soft tires, so these are going to have to be qualifying laps now for Liam. Let's see where that takes him on this adventure here. On board then with the double world champion Emerson at the moment, as Emerson there is chasing Milan at the moment. They're both in the traffic now. These two drivers are. They don't need to stop again, I would hazard a guess said. Let's see. There's going to be interest there to see how they progress through the field. There as we are coming down the back straight as well. One more saying, I say. See how they progress. No DRS as I mentioned now for the first couple of laps. Now Liam Liam, yeah, is all over the back of Murphy, but Murphy's all over the back of Scott as well. They're on softer tyres compared to the free drivers in front then. As they're just watching German, who is just dropping back slightly, but Pease is in. Pease is all over the back of Danger Times at the moment and trying to go on the inside then. And Tango just got past as Liam has got past. So look at this, now he's on the inside. Gamers and Tango is now on the inside, I should say, because Gamer's on the outside. And he is now through, and Tango is through. Good stuff indeed then. Murphy has lost out there to Liam, Liam on the soft tarts. This is going to be a bit of disruption then for the leaders, or they were the Grand Prix leaders, weren't they, before they came into the pit set, as they're going to have to really start to make hay whilst the sun is shining here, shining absolutely beautifully as well out there at the moment. But they Liam set the fast up the race. Of course, you get a bonus point for fast lap now. It doesn't matter where you are in the field, of course. Liam has got a 3-second penalty for his troubles. Pease is look at those penalties out there just popping up. We've had 3 penalties in the matter of moments. Make that 4 penalties in the matter of moments here. Oh goodness gracious me! And now then, Pease is not still hasn't got DRS yet. And it'll be the next lap if he has DRS. But will he need the next lap then? Because I don't think he will. Because look at this, as Danger Times is now really starting to defend. He's starting to defend them, but I don't think he can defend for too much longer as Pease. But he's run out straight there. Liam hasn't run out straight at all. Look at him, he's flying there, isn't he? He's now in the 10th position there, and he's past Scott, and he's down in the top 10 as well. Liam his next target is the double world champion Emerson, and the 9-time pole sitter of Milan. And goodness me, I don't know where to look at, so I'm going to have to look here, I think, then, before switching back then to that Milan and Immortal fight. And look, Pete still hasn't got past her, and that's allowed Percy to get onto the gearbox as well. And German is also in this battle as well. We've got 2.2 seconds out between Sloth and German, so it's a battle in top 4 at the moment in this Grand Prix. And look at this, Danger Times said, I think that Pete needs to get past the Danger Times pronto out of the final turn then, and he is accelerating to the way then, but he still can't get past at the moment. This is crucial time that Pete is losing. He needs to, and now he's through. DRS has now been enabled, and Pete is through, and Danger Times dropping down into second position then. And we've also got Milan getting past Immortal as well. And I'm wondering how much Immortal's going to cause Emerson grief, or is he not going to cause him any grief at all? Remember, they're in the same car, and they discard that Ferrari here. Oh, and look at this, Liam is on the inside. He is through there. Goodness me, he caught me unaware. And I wonder if Emerson there, I doubt he would have caught Emerson unaware though, because Emerson was probably looking in his wing mirrors at the time then, whilst I was yapping away like a foolish man. As we have got Chazza, who is now all over the back of Emerson there, and we've also got Liam, who's all over the back of the other Ferrari now. And look at this, that is Immortal there is gone right to the, has gone on the inside there, but Liam is going to have much more. Oh gosh, they're on the outside, great stuff. Oh gosh, oh dear, and oh my word there. Now Scott is all over the back of Emerson as well, but Emerson there, I think he would like his teammate out of the way here. His teammate has feathered the throttle off quite nicely indeed. That he's got, oh goodness me, yellow flag in free. What's going on in free? As Percy's off the circuit, a 3-second penalty for Murphy. Yes, Percy's off. Oh, that's one of the leaders there. And goodness me, and he's come up back in front of Emerson as well, and he hasn't got his tires are going to be overheated. Sloth is off as well, and Emerson's been around. Emerson's around. Oh goodness gracious me. And Emerson has gone around, and he's dropped right to the back of the field here. Oh goodness gracious me, then the French Grand Prix has just stepped up a notch all 4, hasn't it? My goodness me. And just as I think he was tagged, wasn't he? The slightest of touches there. And oh goodness gracious me, I think he was anyway. Topes now leads the Grand Prix there when Danger Times is second. He's in the Arsenal, and German in third position there. Milan is now in fourth with Cartboy in 5th position then. As Becca loves the drama, as she just commented in the comments there. There's the drama. Both Alpines are now out of the points then as well. We got Cartboy who is now giving Milan a course from the sun there, but I don't think it'll be for much longer, as Cartboy has done 12 laps on these hard tyres at the moment, hasn't he? Whereas Milan has got some younger tyres, and Liam is now in his 6th position, and Murphy is being dragged along nicely in 7th position there. Scott in 8th position, Tango in 9th, and Immortal in the top 10. Yeah, so that is quite brutal there for Emerson, isn't it? So he's lost an abundance amount of time. Look at where Milan is, and look at where Danger Times now lost out there to German, but German there is going back on the inside then, but it is too late then, because German has the pace, and he is is now in second position there. So Danger Times dropping down the order. Liam is now all over the back of Carboy as well, and there he is, and he's still got the penalties to check out as well. But look at where Emerson is. He's down in 30th position now. Milan, who he was chasing a couple of laps ago, is up into fourth position there, and at the moment we've got Scott who's struggling down 8th position as well. Chaz has said we've also got Sloth who's spun as well earlier on in the that debacle, and he's also down in 12th position. So yeah, this race is going to get very spicy indeed, as I've just seen from Serious Motion there. Gordo asked, did he drop it or was there contact? I thought that there is the minutest amount of contact potentially, but we was at a dodgy camera angle there, so maybe I'm not sure if he dropped it or if there's contact or not. But we'll find out, shall we? And if probably find out after the race, which won't be a bit late now. But what are your thoughts on that one? I thought that there's the slightest bit of contact there, but you can lose it quite easily around here, can't you? As the back end gets very floaty and very light there. And Serious Motion saying that he thinks that there is a contact, but it's too hard to tell. I'm glad that Serious Motion said that because I didn't want to miss anything. Gamer's now up into. Gamer's got 3-second penalty just as he got past Immortal and moved up into 10th position there. So good something for Gamer. They're still very much in the thick of things. Percy is now on the medium tires. That is unfortunately he's well out of contention now, isn't he? Percy is watching, and Percy has now finished the Grand Prix. I don't think it ain't a lot. In his 3 attempts so far, if I'm not very much mistaken. I'm not, unfortunately. Yeah, he's not finished the race so far, as he unfortunately Perch hasn't there. Yellow flags as Gamer's around the wrong way there, and he's dropped down to 13th position there as Danger Times comes into the pit set. So Danger Times now in the pit set. He's blinking, and what tyres is he going to go on? It's the question now for getting Danger Times. Surely it's going to be the soft tyres now. And the question is though, he's got 8 laps there to make this strategy work. Remember, everyone else has done their pit stops under the safety car. Danger Times has not. He is doing it in full green flag conditions here. So I would say that he might be losing quite a bit of time here. It's going to be a tough task. He's now dropped right down to 13th position now. Back on board with Liam. Yeah, his softs are now starting to fade a bit. I see here, and we've also got Milan who's in front of this crocodile. He seems to can't break away, can he? Milan in 3rd position now, and we've got Pease who's still in the Grand Prix. He's about 4 seconds away. Emerson back in the top 10 as well after his skirmish earlier on there. So Emerson back in the top 10 there, but he's going to be not a happy chappy, I would think then. And then we goes back and saying that I think a car span in front of the other car, and he tried to avoid it, and he went into Emerson there, unfortunately. But she says she could be completely wrong. That's as good as my guess, to be honest, albeit I should really be paying more attention, really, should I? So I'm meant to be briefing you about the action here in France, but it's been a cracking race, hasn't it? My goodness me, we've got a lot of twists and turns in this one, and there's still more to come in the last 8 laps here. Scott has got a 3-second penalty for his troubles there. They're looking at the penalties. This is how the play is. Gurman has a 3-second penalty, 3 seconds for Cartboy, 3 seconds for Liam, 3 seconds for Murphy, 3 seconds for Scott and Tango and Immortal, Gamer, and 6 seconds for Percy. So these medium tires are going to get fairly old then for Murphy in this race, but he's sticking with it, isn't he? Murphy is, and let's see if we can get to the end on these medium compound tires. But Emerson there is still at the moment. There is Sloth is running underneath the gearbox of Emerson, and there they are at the moment. And this is the closest battle on track at the moment, which is a very difficult thing to say, I must say, because of there's so many battles out there. Because Murphy is now all over the gearbox of Liam. Yeah, and Liam is, and that's the same for. Same for Scott, who's all over the back of Murphy as well. Emerson there is going to be getting a sinking fee in the moment because he's got no DRS. He hasn't got no DRS. He's powerless to stop Sloth, who's back in the top 10 here. And Emerson has been relegated down to 11th position then, the double world champion. But Emerson is going to be a very unhappy champion, isn't he? He's, if that is the case, if Emerson came to blows with Percy, then that would be a 3 Grand Prix. He's had issues there in 6 races there, hasn't he? Goodness me. But There we go. Unfortunately, that is motor racing, isn't it? Which I sound very unforgiving there, don't I? But yes, it is motor racing. Unfortunately, you do have these skirmishes, don't you, every now and again, as Liam Yates is coming to the pit zone. So that is answered our question. Only 8-9 laps then on the medium, on the soft tyres in this Grand Prix. So Liam Yates then, who was enjoying that, but unfortunately he's now lost the edge of the soft tyres. We thought he was dropping away. They have dropped away. He has dropped right down the order there, Liam has said. And I'm not even sure if the two stop is going to work out too well for the Mercedes driver, but he's now out of the points then, Liam is, as he's just trundling out of the pits. Scotland has just lost a bit of momentum here, and Cartboy is now on the back of Milan then. He's been inching in towards Milan's DRS for the last couple of laps or so, hasn't he there? But Milan having a great run now, turn 67 now. And Cartboy, though, is really, once again, in the last race, and now today, he's having a great run of form, isn't he, Cartboy? It's great stuff indeed there from the AlphaTauri driver. And I think he's the only AlphaTauri driver in the points. I stand corrected. And of course, Sloth is also in the points as well, but he has been relegated now to 10th place. Emerson is back through. They're on a great battle here, but unfortunately, they're not really gaining on the car in front too much. Remoto, who's in 8th position, Remoto is there. But remember, the lack of penalties for these two might help them out, get some points later on in this race. And look at this, he's right underneath the gearbox of the Ferrari. Liam Yates got a free second penalty as well. In a 13th position, Liam Yates at the moment. Danger Times is about 5 seconds away from the points at the moment. Danger Times is. So his strategy, I don't think he's going to work out completely to his liking there. But points are still on the board though for Danger Times. But he might be a bit disappointed about how this one's unfolded, perhaps. Scott is still giving Murphy some grief, isn't he? Some cause for concern there. Murphy started 20th on the grid, then he's currently in 5th position about that. As Scott is having a look there, going into turn 1, then he just wasn't close enough, even with the DRS zone as well. Back on board now with Scott. I think he's on a strong Grand Prix. Scott is Thursday. He had an appalling starter, didn't he? Dropped down to 8th position there, and Sloth has got a free second penalty there for his troubles, and that's his first penalty as well for Sloth. So just I was saying that might the lack of penalties might help these two drivers there. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be. Gamer's off again, and Gamer's having a miserable day today in the Aston Martin car. He is down in 12th position there, and had lost an abundant amount of time. And here comes Scott, and there he goes, and he passes Murphy, and up into, does he? Because Murphy is coming back at him there. But Scott giving him just about enough room. Great race in there, and Scott is now up into 5th position there. Murphy dropping down to 6th, and now he's got Tango to be concerned by. On the inside, Tango is out. He's gone through, but Murphy, contact! Oh my goodness me! And Tango and Murphy are cutting the blows there, and a Tango, and that is a huge accident. It's a virtual safety car, debris on the inside of the sheen that's corner there. Oh my goodness gracious me, and that is a huge incident indeed then between Murphy and Tango. I don't think Murphy has got any damage, so I say Tango's got some major damage. Virtual safety car. Oh, Murphy has got damage there. He has got damage in the Red Bull. Oh dear, Murphy then. His great race is coming. It's all falling apart here. And technically, Serious Motion's prediction about going on the soft tyres at the end has come to fruition, but I don't think it's the way he would have wanted it. And no, he's on the soft tyres, Murphy, so he hasn't damaged the wing then, enough for the Red Bull team to replace it. And unfortunately, Tango, though, I can't see him getting points now, and I can't see him getting points at the in this Grand Prix now anymore then, and that is incredible. Daniel is saying, how has he survived that then? And Becca's also asked the same question there, that has baffled her. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that Tango's in the race, and that would have been a safety car if the wheels did fall off his wagon there, but that is a humongous impact there. My goodness gracious. Is Surfer saying the Haas's are ugly, but they are strong. So we've still got a virtual safety car at the moment, which is unbeknownst to me, and once I've been trying to catch up with comments. But yeah, so I've still got a safety car here. Murphy's now out in 10th position there, so he's still got a chance of some major points here. He is about, and now we're back racing then. DRS has now been enabled then, but I feel that that's too late there for Emerson. They're going down to the chicane as well. So we got Liam Yates, who's all over the back of Murphy. Murphy's got no DRS, has he? So he cannot repel the attack of Liam. And look at this. Is this going to be a carbon copy of last lap then? Well, almost. So Liam is through him up into 10th position there. Murphy dropped down into 11th position then. And they got about 6 seconds then between themselves and Danger Times there. And Danger Times there is catching on Emerson. Emerson and Slothfu having a great old battle in 7th and 8th position there, which I'm enjoying, but unfortunately they are not, they're still not, they're now starting to gain time on with Immortal then, who's at 18 laps on those hard tyres then. P still leads the Grand Prix. Tango's got a 3-second penalty down in 15th position there. P leads the Grand Prix, who is he is about he's about 2.8 seconds in front of German, who is second there. And then we've got Milan in third position. Milan is a further 3 seconds back. He's 5 seconds away from the Grand Prix lead at the moment now. Is Milan. So it looks like Milan might come a bit short in this Grand Prix. Pease has got the winning strategy at the moment. German, who also pitted at the same time as Pease, has gone to the medium tires. Now those medium tires are going to be struggling, aren't they? Look at this, and now is Murphy has got past the Leo and moved up into 10th position there. I don't think Liam fought that one too hard, did they? Probably might be because the T knows there's a DRS straight coming. As Emerson has got past Slothfed, as these two are still battling away for 7th and 8th position. So I got to say they're loving they're absolutely fighting and really enjoying it there. On board with Cardboy at the moment. As Cardboy is really putting the pressure on Milan now. I'm surprised at Milan's lack of pace at this stage of the race, and he does have younger tyres than Cardboy, but Cardboy is on the ascendancy at the moment. The only problem for Cardboy, he has a penalty, doesn't he? So if he gets past Milan, he has to then scamper up the road by 3 seconds if he wants to keep inside the podium places. Becca saying, I wonder if Dan's got damaged and they didn't fix it because I didn't understand why he pitted for soft set. That's what I think as well. I'm sure that he would have come. He wouldn't have come to the pits. I don't think if he unless he did have damage. And I don't think the Red Bull team replaced his front wing now. Unfortunately for Murphy, but it was quite a humongous hit there for Tango and for Dan, wasn't it? So I'd be surprised if Dan didn't have any damage there. It does depend on where you hit each other. Slothfu is now, we're on lap 26 already. Murphy is at the fast half of the race then, and he's on course for 2 points above Murphy. Is Slothfu's, I think that his Danger Times now running out of laps here, see if he wants to catch up to these two. There he is in the background. Danger Times is Tango's on set the fast half of the race, so he will get a point for his troubles as well. Carboy is I think that Milan is doing an absolutely outstanding job then to stay in front of Carboy, but I think that Milan has got a very slippery car, hasn't he, down that back straight. Sloth is very much almost one with Emerson's car there. He is very close to the back end of that Ferrari. Oh my golly gosh, that Carboy at the moment now, and 4/10 of a second away at the moment, just keeping on the gaps as well then, as Emerson and Sloth are now starting to really fall into the clutch of Danger Times, but I think it might be too little too late there for Danger Times. So Emerson might find himself up to 6th position maybe, but I don't think he's going to get any harder than that, unfortunately, for the double world champion. On the final lap then of this incredible Grand Prix, and Pease there, I think that has really been leading this race quite comfortably, hasn't he, for quite a long period of time. And he is going for his 5th Grand Prix win, not 6th Grand Prix win. So his 5th Grand Prix win for Pease in his career. This will be his 1st Grand Prix win of his season, and he's won every single season that Pease has participated in ALR, hasn't he? So this is going to be another Grand Prix win, notched under his belt as well. But again, then Milan has once again then has unfortunately come up a bit short, hasn't he? In his quest there to get a Grand Prix win there. And just now coming down the back straight as well. I've really enjoyed this one. This has been a crack one. I said there's been action galore. And now Emerson, is he going to have DRS to stay out of the clutches of Slothfed? Because remember then that this is the final lap now. Then Sloth gets past that. Well, he does have DRS. He does have a penalty though, doesn't he? Sloth, so it may not make too much difference here for Emerson at this point of view. But Emerson there, who is now dropped back down and taking position there. But remember, Sloth does have a penalty. Sloth has another penalty as well now to add to his account, unfortunately, for Sloth's campaign in this Grand Prix. Well, what an incredible Grand Prix, but it is this man Pease who absolutely perfected the strategy, didn't he? He pitted on the first safety car, went onto the hard tyres, and Les never looked back, has he? And now he's out of the final turn then, and this is going to be a great win for Pease, and it comes across the line, and Total Pease wins the French Grand Prix, his 5th Grand Prix win of his career in ALR. What a performance there from Pease. Oh, absolutely magical stuff indeed there. It was a strategy call today which really won him the Grand Prix, didn't he? So really, he's going to be absolutely overjoyed with this result. Oh, great stuff indeed there. As Just going across the line then, so Emerson who's moved up in the 6th position there with Danger Times now moved up to 7 then. Immortal and Sloth 8th and 9th then. Murphy comes across the line in 10th position there. And then we've got Liam there just crossing the line as well. So Murphy down 10th position, unfortunately that collision earlier on then. Danger Times has got a 20-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags for some reason. So I'm not sure what that's about. He crossed the line in 7th position there, Danger Times did. So I'm not really sure. I don't think that because that's after the finish line, I don't think that would classify that. So we'll keep an eye on that then. But yeah, I think in my mind, Danger Times finished 7th there. Wow, and there he is, and Total Peace is on top of the step of the podium. He is also a Grand Prix winner for the 5th time in ALR as well. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed, then. And he is now spraying the bubbly. Oh, brilliant stuff. Second position there from Milan, and Milan there who got pole position today. Sorry, he did get pole position today, actually did, but Milan got 2nd today, and some more points on the board for Milan's campaign. And 3rd position was German as well. It looked quite perilous for German, didn't it, in the opening stage of the Grand Prix, but it came back to finish 3rd. And I think, if I'm not very much mistaken, does German retake the lead in the championship? No, it doesn't. Right then, let's take a far look at the classification, shall we then, from the French Grand Prix. Total Peace there won the Grand Prix. That's his 5th Grand Prix win of his career. 2nd position there was Milan today. 3rd position was German as well. A great recovery drive back through the field. Carboy in 4th position there. His Canadian Grand Prix podium there has really sprung him back into action. So Scott in 5th position in the Alfa Romeo. Emerson getting tagged, didn't he? And unfortunately spun it around in 6th position in the Ferrari. Immortal 7th, Sloth in 8th position, Murphy in 9th position, and Liam in 10th position there. Percy outside the points to the length in the end then, unfortunately for Percy, but his first finish out in ALR. Game Rider Nightmare in 12th position, Danger Times in 13th. However, he had a 20-second penalty added onto him, so I'm not really sure if that's the case. I think he might be 7th in the end there for Danger Times. Tango in 40th position. Retirements was Cowie, Taylor, Mackenzie, Nigel, Jonathan, Dynamo Dan, and William all retired then from the French Grand Prix. And I think Total Peace has just joined us. Right on cue then. Total Peace, what a performance today then. I think that this is your 5th Grand Prix win. Talk us about your feelings.
It was up and down because I think I started the race really well because I was on softs behind the medium runner, so I knew I had to overtake everyone, which I did, and I just had to gap as much as possible. I couldn't wiggle Milan off at first. I was always going to do the soft hard regardless because the medium soft, which I think they were going to do, would have been touchy. And then the safety car came out and I just preserved the hards. Every safety car, didn't put anywhere on them until the last few seconds, get them heated up just at the right time, and then just drove my race. And at the end I was just trying to keep it on the track because I was 1 away from 10 from that lap 3.
And I don't think you got any penalties at all. And how difficult is it not to get penalties around the circuit?
It's very difficult because one little hesitation you end up wide, like on turn 2 for example, or if you turn in a bit early, turn 3, turn 4. It's very easy to get penalties around here.
Is this going to be kickstarting your championship campaign now? You've had a bit of an up and down start to the season, but this is your first Grand Prix win now, and we've still got a lot of races to go.
Yeah, hopefully this can spark something. I didn't have the most fun at the start of the season. Didn't score points till like the 3rd race, but yeah, I'm going to keep on pushing from here and see what we can do.
Fantastic there. Well, let's come to Milan then. Milan then, you finished 2nd today. It looked quite difficult up there, but today I think that Total Piece's strategy was to absolute perfection. Was you thinking about coming into the pits then under that first safety car?
No, I was granted basically with the mediums, and I thought just staying out one more time because I knew in gold, another safety car will came out, and I just seem unlucky with the safety cars. I always am in the good positions, and then the safety car came out, so yeah, it's just unlucky, and I'm not happy
about the safety cars. Is it? And the safety car came out at the wrong time.
Well, just the result in general.
Do you think that were you unhappy with the result because of you think you could have got the win today, or was you just lacking pace?
Well, I think I could have got the win today, but I don't know what Peace did with his tires. Probably kissed them after 2 laps all the time. because mine were a lot higher, and yeah, I don't know
That's
what
a
was
strong
going on, to be
second today
fair.
then, and you're starting to also get into a good groove as well now in the championship. Then, so same question I asked PZ with Emerson having a difficult day today. Do you think that you're in the championship hunt? Oh.
No.
But it's still a good result though today. Well done, Milan, and a great race to finish second today. And German, who finished third today, I'm not sure about my maths, so I'm not
Thank
even
you.
going to attempt to say if you lead in the championship or not. Then, but got third today, but it was a very difficult start in the Grand Prix there. You had to pick quite early on.
Yeah, side by side with Chazza into turn one, and just there wasn't any room, just tightened up, and I hit my wing and just had the box because I couldn't even turn the car, so I pitted, and
You went
luckily
on
I
the
didn't have a
medium
safety
tires
car.
quite early on, then I think you did 20 odd laps on those medium tires. Yeah, I bet there was a bit past the sell by date towards the end.
Yeah, I was gonna put onto softs probably around lap 20 and then go to the end, but I thought might as well just stay out and try and push my luck. They were like 78% my front left was, and I couldn't turn the car at the end. But I'm just happy to get a podium, especially after being at the back and like
It's turned
getting
out to
good
be a
points.
very epic championship battle between yourself and Emerson, who got involved in some issues today. Then, how are you feeling then for this championship battle? Then, you excited by the prospect?
Yeah, I don't think it's just me and Emerson. I think Pease is in it. He got some really good points today. He's not even that far off, so I think it could be a freeway maybe. Fucking Malang starts getting a few wins, so he'll
Brilliant
be up
stuff,
there.
well done,
So it
guys.
could be an
Absolutely
interesting season,
incredible
to be
top
honest.
three performances there by everyone there. Right then, that's it for us done tonight on Sunday. Tomorrow night we're back in action. It's also a bank holiday here in the UK, so I'm absolutely loving it. So it's a late night for me, and I'm sure it's going to be a late night for Pease as well, as he's going to be partying hard then with that incredible Grand Prix win. Join us tomorrow night though, as we'll be back in action then for silver.